This podcast is all about happiness. What gave it away? I'm Fayon Dixon, and welcome to Happy Talk. Each week, I will be introducing you to someone that I share a happy connection with. I just believe that we all have happy stories, happy events, and we sit on them. We never share them. So this is the platform for doing it. I work as a presenter, broadcaster, events host. I work with stroke survivors. I have my own children's radio show. And I've been really lucky in the last 20 years to do work where I just ooze happiness. Yeah, I'm one of those people. My cup is eternally overflowing. Sit back, enjoy. It's time for Happy Talk. So a very sunny welcome to you. This is Happy Talk with me, Fayon Dixon. Good news, good guests, no grief. And what a special sunny welcome I have for my guest, Adebamji Alade. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. And how are you?
I'm just great. Just really
Good. I
great.
like your smile. Huh?
Do you know what? This is the other. I mean, before I even get into our conversation, I have to tell you about this bit of news, but it's your smile. Your smile is one of the things I'm going to be talking about in a little while. So let me stick to the schedule. So, the first thing I do on my podcast, Ade, is to share positive news from a source that I have on Instagram. I love these guys
Good.
because everything they do is they're shouting about positive news from the rooftop, and they're called News from the Rooftop, funnily enough.
Great.
And it's all about news worth shouting about. And they sort of follow campaigns and issues around the world that are making a difference.
Good.
And if you go on Instagram, you can see them. But this is the story that I'm highlighting today. There is a children's charity that is pioneering an award-winning digital learning program for children refugees in Bangladesh. Now,
Wow.
their program is called Children on the Edge. And I mean, it's so great in what it's doing. It's designed to overcome language barriers. And
Right.
yeah. So it means that it can deliver meaningful educational tools to 7,500 um,
Wow.
Rohingya children who live in the Kutapalong refugee camp. And this is the largest camp in the world. And
Wow.
I mean, I don't know if you know this, Ade, but half the children in who are refugees are getting no education whatsoever. So, you know, when I hear that there are organizations out there that are combating the barriers and trying to get round
Mm.
delivering educational tools to kids, I am like, I'm on this. So,
Yep.
with the help of World Watch, Children on the Edge have provided 75 smartphones and battery powered
Wow.
projectors. Yeah. Battery powered projectors to the camps so that they can be dubbed and translated. And then this teaching goes to the
Fantastic.
teachers' smartphones. And then the smartphones collect the WhatsApp information, and then they can deliver great lessons to all these refugee
Wow.
children.
Amazing.
Isn't,
Amazing.
isn't this fantastic? You know, I
Wow.
really,
Wow.
I really feel that, I mean, to be a refugee is horrible. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start. Yeah, I don't even know where to
Mm.
start. I've met adults who are refugees and have made a life in this country, and their stories are always so incredible. But to not be able to receive an education when it is your right to be educated.
Mm.
So, you know, I just love this story. And, you know, please follow it on News from the Rooftop on Instagram and see how they're getting on. But I feel this
I
way,
will.
yeah, I feel this way of translating teaching, starting in
Mm.
Bangladesh in this way, is just going to roll out.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Brilliant.
So you and I, we we met in an educational environment.
Yes, we did.
That's where we
Yes,
began.
we did.
That's where we began. But I'm going to, first of all, let my wonderful viewers know who you are. They know already, but let me give it to them. Yeah. So, Adebamji Alade.
Yep. Alade. Yep.
Yeah. You are a multi-international award-winning painter and artist. You are known as the Addictive Sketcher.
Yep.
And your work is joyful. You know, this is happy talk, and we're here to talk about happy things. And you are addicted to sketching in a way that you are able to translate addiction in a good way to everyone,
Yep.
no matter what their passion is, whether they know about their passion or not. You're
Yep.
addicted and you pass it on. And I love that so much about you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So let's start with learning performance. So this is where I first met you, and
Yeah.
years. I'm going to struggle with exactly when, but it was probably about 7 or 8 years ago. I'm going to go for that.
Exactly. 2013.
Because I was there already a couple of years, and I was
Yes.
there on your first day, the day you started.
Yeah. Yeah. I was told to shadow you. And it was daunting because this school in Lambeth was a crazy school. And I could have given up on that day because I'd never seen anything like it. But
Yeah.
the way you handled them, it really, really made me know it is possible.
Listen, I swear down, I think I cried at the end of that day. I was just think tears of, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got through it, tears of joy and tears of, you know, man alive, kids really need us, you know.
Yeah.
It was a really challenging day. And, when they say you're going to have somebody shadow you, I want to show my best. I want to give you the best
Yeah.
impression. And that
Yeah.
day, I was firefighting with them kids,
I
firefight.
know.
But, we got through it and I managed to
That's
deliver.
the most important thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I managed to deliver a motivational workshop where kids did get something to take away with them. And I feel it was the best introduction that you could have had because it prepared you for just about everything.
Exactly. I still say that to today. It was like I was thrown into the deepest end I could ever. So I'm like, if it can ever get this bad, I know that I know what it's gonna be like.
And what I loved about you was obviously your smile, your enthusiasm. All you'd had is an interview and a little bit of training, but you were so keen to get involved. And I knew you were an artist, but I had no
Yeah.
idea of the level of art that you could produce. And I know you've been an artist
Okay.
from when you were a little tiny man, and we're going to get back onto that in a moment. But I need to share with you my second happy connection that I have to you. It's your name. Yeah. I am really obsessed with people's names and the
Right.
heritage of their name, where their name comes from, why they are called a certain thing. And
Oh.
I meet a lot of people in my life, and I'll say, oh, Debbie, hi Debbie, great name. So where'd you get your name from? Don't know. Mum and Dad just called it me. Really? Okay. Don't know the meaning of your name. Fine, that's fine. But I have a strong meaning with my name, but I'll talk about that in a moment. But I want to talk about your name. So let's break
Yeah.
that name down. Share with
Yeah.
us your
Yeah.
name and where it comes from.
Okay. So my name, I'm gonna pronounce it the way it is pronounced from where it originates from. So my name is Adebamji Alade. So I've said it in the most musical way possible with a Nigerian twang to it. So if I was going to say in the English way, I'll just say Adebamji Alade. So the first name, Adebamji, has been shortened to Adebamji, okay?
Yeah.
Which means Ade is like the first part of any name, which means something like a crown. Because most of the Yoruba people from Nigeria, which is the western part of Nigeria, the royal establishment in that area was very, very strong, and it's still strong till today. Even when the British came to colonize, they saw on record a very rigid structure of royalty and the way they managed that. So most of the names Ade Ade are from that. So my name means Adebamji, which means the Bamiji means something wakes me up. So the name means I woke up with a crown on my head.
Come on.
Adebamji, Adebamji. So I just woke up and here's a crown on my head. I didn't have to work for it. I didn't have to run for it. I woke up into royalty. That's my first name. And then Alade means the owner of the crown, which is my surname, which means prince. So I woke up with a crown on my head as a prince. That is my name. So first part is waking up with the crown. Surname is princely. And I always claim the meaning in that name, that there are many things that have happened to me that I haven't had to work for, have just happened because of my name. So each time you say the name, that's what you're telling me.
Wow, 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 wow. You see now, that is an empowering message right from birth. So right from the get-go, you felt that you were rich and entitled. And I'm not saying in like a crazy in a crazy egotistical way. It's just giving you, your parents have given you life, but they want to give the richness of life so you can travel on your path with that confidence and just that knowing your purpose,
Yeah.
Because I never, when I think of you, I don't think of somebody who believes they're above anybody else. You're the most kind of laid back guy I know, but you've got an incredible energy and passion and understanding of who you are. And I believe that comes right from birth.
Yeah.
Right from birth.
Yeah. That's it.
Fantastic. And do you have any siblings? I'm interested in their names.
Yes, so I have siblings. One of them is a sister. Her name is Olufunmilayo. And anytime you have Olu is more of the Christian influx into the Yoruba kingdom. So they started using Olu, which means Oluwa, which is like the Lord. So a lot of the Christians, a lot of the Yoruba kingdom, when the Christianity came in, they started adopting more Christian meanings to the names they were giving their children. Right. So my sister's name is Oluwa Fumilayo, but it's shortened to Olufumilayo, which means the Lord gives me joy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
A dictionary somewhere with all of these names and
I know.
catalogued.
I know.
I'm not even joking. That is just, it's incredible. I love that. And I feel it's so important that you know where your name comes from and what it means.
Oh, it's too important. Too important.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do people shorten your name a lot? I mean, I did it a little bit. I called you Ade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that send a little shiver down you, or do you not mind?
Well, when I came to, because I was born in London, but my parents took me to Nigeria when I was 8, I came back at the age of 27 and I've been here ever since. When I came back, I would have started calling myself, because I normally use Banji, 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 even in Nigeria, Banji. But when I came to Britain, back to Britain in 99, I knew that if I started saying Banji, Banji, they're going to start calling me Benji. And before you know what's happening, it's going to turn into Benjamin. And that's not what I wanted. So I decided to adapt the full name, Adebamji. And the reason why I did that is simply because I did not want the name watered down to mean something else. Because before you know what's happening, I've seen many people from Yoruba say, for instance, the name Kehinde, which is the twin that came last. That's what it means. So you get Taiwo, that's the one that first of all came, and then Kehinde came after. But I noticed they call themselves Kenny, and before you know what's happening, they're calling themselves Kenny. I'm like, no, you're not Kenny, you're Kehinde. Do you know what I mean? So I really like people to keep the originality of their names. You see, so that's why I decided to do that. And I didn't want it watered down, and I wanted people to always ask me, what does it mean? So even when I went to learning performance, the first thing I got the kids doing was to dance to my name. I got them dancing because I knew it would make them laugh and I could break the ice.
Adebamji Alade.
Yeah, that's it. Adebamji. And they'll all be cracking up, and I've got them.
But it's up here. It's up here, and it's those creative connections that here we go. Strengthen those neurons, and enable you to remember. So with my name Fayon, my mum, the story of my name is that my mum, she tried to get pregnant for about 6 years with my father.
Whoa.
And, she only ever wanted to be a mother. And, they got married, they built up their careers, and then it was time for her to have a child, and it just wasn't happening. And then 6 years in, she had a dream that she was running after a little girl. And this little girl was about 2 years of age, and this girl was running and laughing and smiling and giggling. And hear my mum now in the dream, Fayon, Fayon, come back. Fayon, Fayon, come back. So she woke up saying, Fayon, Fayon, come back.
Wow.
She'd never heard the name before. And there was a photograph of her and my father at the bedside, and she wrote down the name as she thought it was spelled, Fayon.
Yeah.
And within a few months or so, she fell pregnant with.
Wow.
So
wow.
she says that I am a gift from God. Yeah.
Exactly. I believe that.
And she just, my dad, when she fell pregnant, he said, let's call her Marilyn. Yeah. After Marilyn Monroe. My mum's like, excuse me, did you not hear the dream? I hear Marilyn. No disrespect to anybody called Marilyn, but my name was given to me. And, when I was growing up, I mean, Fayon is 5 letters, 5 letters. But I grew up in Coventry, and people would mess around with my name, from Fayon to Fayon to all kind of pronunciations, until they just started calling me Faye. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
From a very early age, I was called Faye. And, only my mum really she'd call me Fayon, but when she really needed me, you can imagine. So it got watered down. And for me at the time, it was like, well, it's easy, because I couldn't stand it grating on my ear when people would say my name incorrectly. And I just didn't have the energy to go around, correcting people. So then I got to a stage when I moved to London. I was 20, and I introduced myself to everybody as Fayon. And I moved with my best friend, who had known me as Faye for some years, and she didn't question it, you know. But then other people that I'd known from Coventry, when they met my London people who would call me
Yeah.
Fayon, they were like, well, it's Faye. And then they're like, no, it's Fayon. And then people are like, are you adding letters to your name? I'm like, no, my name is Fayon.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of my name, you know.
Good.
I love my name so much. And, you know, I've done a little bit of research on it, and, you know, it has African connections, which
Wow.
my mum did not know about. You know, it just
There you
came
go.
she hadn't heard about it. But in Africa, it's more predominantly a surname, actually. It is a
Right.
surname that people use. Um,
Yeah.
on the funnier side, I found out it was a fish factory in California called Fayon Fisheries.
Uh-oh.
And Catherine of Aragon, she was actually has a connection to a place called Fayon, and same thing,
Ah.
just a little Afflex thing going on. So yeah,
Ah.
but whatever goes on in the world, I take my name from my mum's dream, and that's what means a lot to me. So
Brilliant. Brilliant. Brilliant.
so then, Adebamji, or Banji,
Yes.
it's time.
Adebamji, yes.
It is time for your show and tell. What have you got to show
Yeah.
me?
So what I've got to show you is this is it's an award,
Ooh.
and it says it is the Harold Riley Sketchbook Prize. And it was awarded to me, I think, in 2014, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. At the top, yeah.
Oh, yeah. 2014. And the reason why I always look back at this is because I've been sketching for so long in the UK, and I'd never got any recognition or an award or any sort of thing for it. It was just my thing I love to do. And I'll just sketch and sketch and sketch on public transport, cafes, buses, everything. I'll just do that all the time. But I remember in 2014, they set an award in Buxton and said, anyone in the UK, submit your sketchbook and we will give £1,000 to the winner of the prize. And
Wow.
they'll give you back your sketchbook, but just to recognize the beauty of sketching, they'll give it. Well, I thought, I'll give it a go. So I went to Buxton and dropped my sketchbook. But what really makes me happy is that one of the people I really respect in the art industry, Ken Howard, was among the panel judging. And I had already won some awards through Ken Howard, but I wondered how he would react to sketches that I've done.
Because they
And
were
he told me,
paintings before. They were all paintings.
yeah, I had won an award, at least I remember in 2010, I'd won a painting award, which he was the judge. But sketching is not, I didn't, not many people award things for sketching. It's not a major thing. So this was kind of one of the first of its kind. So he was on the panel, and he told me that the whole judges voted me except one person. So it was like 6-1 or 5-1. And he said there was no way you were not going to get that prize. And I was so happy. So anytime I look back at this, because it really marked a very important time for me to get recognized for something I love doing. So
Yes.
that's it.
Woo!
The Harold Riley Sketchbook Prize.
Oh man, that was the trajectory beginning almost,
Yes.
you know, because you've gone on now, of course, to be a BBC presenter where they call upon
Yeah.
you not just to
Yeah.
say, oh, this is a bit of art, that's a bit of art, but you are interviewing some really fantastic people. I saw your
Yeah.
interview with that young boy Bob back in
Yeah.
October.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous, him and his family are.
Yeah.
But it's a wonderful opportunity for you to be on national television sharing your love.
Yeah, and sketching. I do a lot of sketching. So the funny thing is, this little thing that I love doing that gave me so much joy, I didn't know that it would ever become what it's become. But when I got this role with the BBC, they said, we don't want you to only present. We also want you sometimes to interview people and sketch them while presenting. I'm like, bring it on. I love that. That's my thing. So, yeah. So, yeah, so that's that. Yeah, that's it. So
Amazing, amazing. Listen, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you here on Happy Talk. It has been lovely. And
thank you.
yeah, I'm hoping that you are going to be back on the BBC again soon, because I know it's all about social distancing really doesn't work in the work that you
I
do.
I know. I know.
So yeah, I hope that's up and running. But what is your next project? Do you have another project that you're working on at the moment?
So at the moment, I'm working on two paintings. There's one commission, and I got this from Nigeria. One of my classmates is now been made a king, and he commissioned me to paint a big painting of him while he leads. It's a very big thing. It's called Ijele. I don't know how to explain it, but
Wow.
it's like a masquerade, so to speak, very colorful masquerade. So I'm painting that as a commission because he's made a new chief, and then I also have a commission to paint the principal of King's College. It's going to be in their public collection. So I'm a bit daunted about that because that's a bit of one that I didn't see coming. But yeah,
Wow.
so that's coming up. So
Okay.
because he's the outgoing principal of King's College. So yeah, those two are my major things, apart from my normal painting that I do and sell online.
Amazing. Do not be daunted about that commission, because remember, you went into Lambeth and worked with kids who were like on us, and we turned that around to positive. And you can do
Yeah,
the same here, my friend.
thank you.
I'm congratulating you in advance, but I'm always watching your posts, and they're
Brilliant.
so inspirational. So thank you so much for being a guest on Happy Talk, and I wish you a really fantastic rest of day. Take care, my friend.
You too. Thank you, Fayon.
Adebamji Alade. Adebamji Alade. Yes, it's catchy, isn't it? Thank you so much for being a guest on my podcast today. It's been so great. And oh, I forgot to say, show them. Oh man, when you look into Banji's Instagram, any of his posts, and he's that addictiveness that he has. Show them is one of the things that he says, which is like, just get on and show people what you can do. So yeah, I love that. So it's now time for your happy happenings. This happy happening has been sent to me by Ben Hutchins Mitchell. Thank you so much. He's from the Wandsworth Borough, and he's written to tell me about a new eatery food experience that him and his mum have set up. Now, they were due to have a stall in Covent Garden earlier on this year, but because of the pandemic, that couldn't happen. So they didn't want to just brush it aside, because as a dad, he recognizes the value in eating as well as possible. He's not vegan, but him and his mum have put together a vegan menu that they are now rolling out across the Wandsworth Borough. So they're starting in Tooting, because they have work there that they do already. And they've basically joined forces with another business owner who had a space that they very kindly kind of gave to them so they could set up a kitchen. And they started buying produce locally from the Tooting area in the Wandsworth Borough. So giving back to that very local hub where he already lives and is established. And Veggie Cow has now taken flight, and it's working, and the menu looks amazing. So it's really fantastic to hear that, out of, the pandemic, being stopped by doing what you want, you've managed to do something else. And he's got his mum on board. She's got 25 years of catering experience. And so I'm very much looking forward to my first taste of veggie cow. I'm not a vegan, but I'll try anything. Do look out for these guys when they come out. But yeah, well done. That's really, really fantastic news. So if you have any happy news happening in your life, in your family's life, in your dogs, your cats, anybody's, I want to know about it. You can send me an email to happytalk with fayondixon@gmail.com. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is just Fayon Dixon. And, do like and share these podcasts because it's all about happiness. And who doesn't want a bit more happiness in their life? So thank you so much for tuning in today. And I'll be back next week with another great guest. Ah, this is what we do here. Good news, good guests, no grief. See you soon.